No, I was just making that joke because somebody else that dwindled in our community happened to say they were last of a tribe, and I was
And
like, "What the hell are you talking about?" And you're white as hell. Like they were trying to say,
yeah,
she was trying to say that she took somebody on like spirit quests and stuff like that, or vision quests.
Oh,
Um,
little known fact: Jacob Waters is 1/14 of the Sukkakaki tribe.
oh yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
at least well, more on Sundays,
Okay.
mostly Sundays.
Oh,
That's when I like to throw my outfits on and look pretty for everyone.
is it usually like a Pocahontas type of deal with the?
No, more like a Pocahontas kind of deal. Not a
Oh,
Pocahontas,
look at
yeah.
you go, Pocahontas. Nice. I like it.
Uh,
well, the tribes are of all types of people and backgrounds, so it doesn't. You don't really have to be pure-blooded Native American, whatever that is, anyway, to be part of
yeah, ask
any of the
was it
tribes.
Pelosi?
Yep,
Yeah. Well, no, I
it's
do
all
actually
right.
have. I think it's at least more than 15% Native American in me. I don't
Mhm.
more than one tribe though.
Yeah, I'm just Irish, maybe Anglo-Irish, but they still treat me as one of their own, which is a nice thing.
I thought you were two things. I thought you were Irish and something else.
Yeah, well, I mean,
The main thing.
it's weird when you get into the history of that. Um, a lot of the tribes of Europe are basically offshoots of the what's now the Irish. So you can kind of be half one thing, half the other, but um, you're basically still at your root. You're a lot of people are just basically Irish, because
I
the Irish DNA, culture, etc., is much older than a lot of the other tribes of Europe. So, but
It makes sense. They're an
yeah,
older community.
it's way older. It's ancient. It's way older.
It has
I'm
ties to it.
Egyptian.
You're really Egyptian?
No,
Oh,
not even
uh,
close. Dude,
I
I'm
thought
I'm mostly Irish.
I thought it was wild. In most of the people that live in modern day Egypt don't have any actual Egyptian lineage in their DNA, which is kind of wild to me. I think it's a weird thing to think about that the majority of the population isn't uh, native to that area.
In Europe, a lot of the English are Irish. A lot of the Scottish are Irish. A lot of the French are Irish. It's just those groups and cultures came later with the Irish. They were offshoots of what's now Ireland.
Thank you, balls deep.
But like, it was the Gaelic people that were spread all throughout Europe and that made their way into Ireland and then kind of offshoot from there into other places.
Yeah, they were around the same time as most of the Celtics at the time as well, right?
Yeah, it's the same people. The Gaelic people
Same thing.
and the
Yeah,
Celtic people are the same people. It's just different names,
gotcha.
depending on who you are. Like Celtic is just a term for um, like outsiders. They were considered outsiders of the imperial powers at the time, like the Romans and the British and stuff. But
Gotcha, gotcha.
they were that term was given to them by those groups, but they're Gael. It's Gaelic.
It's all the same thing.
Yep.
Because I always thought that druids and stuff came from that time too. In like
They
that's
did.
when they
Yeah.
did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, most of our holidays that we sell that are all based on pagan holidays from back then, and I mean everybody
Yeah,
knows what.
Samhain's, Halloween.
Yeah,
I don't know
Even
about.
the
it's
I
all
don't.
based on the solstices, really.
even the Germans are Irish in their roots. People don't know that, but it's true.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So, what do you guys want to start with tonight? We've already talked about a couple of different random things. Where should
Well,
we start this off?
you're the host. I thought
I
that
mean,
was
I
on
can
you.
I can get some topics. I just didn't know if you guys had anything you guys wanted to discuss first. That's why I thought I'd ask you guys first.
Yeah. I mean, I have a question for Michael.
Okay.
Why did you back out of the election this year?
This year, 2022.
Yeah. Well, I mean the upcoming election. Sorry, I worded that poorly.
Oh, in 2024.
Yeah.
Um, well, I didn't really. It's it's uh it's complicated. I'm basically just saying that I don't want to be the president, but I don't think that there's much of a choice. That's all
Oh,
I'm
okay.
saying. I don't think that there's anybody else going to be able to do the job in 2024, and I don't think that I just don't think we're going to have any real other choices. Frankly, I know that sounds like kind of maybe
Well,
like a
let me expound on that a little bit. So you're saying that because of the poor choices, you are still going to be president?
basically.
Okay.
I think so. I don't
All
think
right.
that's changed. It doesn't seem to be like from what they made me do when I was 6 years old, where I was part of that DARPA project. Well, actually, that was not a DARPA project. That was another thing. But excuse me. They sent me to look back from somewhere in the 2080s to figure out who had been the presidents of the 21st century up to that point, and I don't think that's changed.
All right.
But we'll see, I guess.
If I can ask, you're still sticking with Alex Jones and Ann Coulter in the situations.
Correct. Yeah, I think Alex Jones is going to be the president. I think Ann Coulter is going to be the president, and I think
You
Ann
told me
Coulter's.
Schwarzenegger one time, right?
Yep, Arnold Schwarzenegger. I
Arnold
can.
Schwartz. Yeah.
Yep, and I think Ann Coulter is going to be the vice president in 2024.
Well, because
Also,
that was the big question I had for you when you brought this up with me before. It's like I always thought you had to be, American born to be a president of the country, and you were saying that's actually not even true.
yeah, it's not. It's actually not even true, but we do sort of adhere to that tradition, but it's not really like a legal requirement. It's more like a tradition than a legal requirement. Um,
All right. And
but
so
yeah,
Ann Coulter is going to be your vice president.
yeah, as far as I can tell. And
Have you
look,
ever had a discussion with her?
I've never talked with her in my life about anything
Okay.
ever. Period. Um, we're from the same part of the country though, so it's kind of like we wouldn't really have to talk too much to actually just agree on a whole lot of stuff already.
Right. Destiny, if you will.
Well, she's from Connecticut, so I'm from Massachusetts, so it's like basically the same thing.
Okay. Well, I'll be
It's New
damned.
England, and you know, coming from I think we both probably come from the older New England tradition of more conservative approaches to things. Like Calvin Coolidge or somebody. You guys know Calvin Coolidge?
No.
I know Calvin Coolidge is.
Well, he was a Republican president from Vermont um, some time ago, and he's a pretty good president. He was kind of helpful in fixing and guiding the economic interests of the country, and I think that's probably what we need moving forward from where we are right now. I mean, we've needed that for a while, frankly, but we haven't had that. We've had people who have said that this is how it's going to be. We had Trump, for instance, who said, "Oh, I'm going to fix the economy and everything else." Blah blah blah. Did he really? You know.
I
I
don't
think,
but
yeah, not to me, he did, but
I think he was better at uniting the country, or at least even if it was under false premises, he was able to unite the country better than.
I disagree there wholeheartedly. Now, all he did was make people that weren't status?
Mm, no, because the people that were status, he even raised them higher, especially on a entertainment value level. You were having like Beyonce and stuff show up at his all of his events, and Jay-Z, and like he was very much promoting the entertainment agenda that was already there.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
Well, see, to me, that's kind of like pointless. I mean, it's not really helpful. It's kind of. I think moving forward, we need government who's actually just going to do the work and not really going to be like putting on a show every 5 minutes. Who's not going to be in front of the cameras every day for 3 hours, and that's actually just going to get stuff done and will more or less be behind the scenes getting stuff done on behalf of the people and repairing damage to the country and helping to steer the ship in the right direction. And like, it doesn't seem to me like spending all day on the White House lawn in front of a camera is really going to help do that, because you're not going to have the time to get that stuff done if you're just looking for attention. So that I think is very New England. It's like we don't really care too. It's generally don't care too much for attention. Don't care too much for celebrity or the limelight or whatever. It's just like, I just want to get stuff done and fix things that are broken.
I got another question for Michael. Do you have a question for me? I want to give you a fair shake here. You know what I mean? I don't want to take this over. I have another question for you, if you would allow that.
Oh yeah, of course.
Do you recall a conversation that you and I had on Facebook earlier this month?
I've been really sick lately, so I'm kind of not too good at remembering a lot of stuff before that.
All right. Well, I got 2 bullet points of the conversation. I also have the screenshots if you need to remember them.
That,
You
okay.
you not only did you tell me that you and the CIA were working together to basically find out what was on my computer, you also said that you had a 300 IQ.
Mm.
Can you expound on that?
Well, I don't think it's any secret that the Central Intelligence Agency and the NSA are um, aware of what's in everybody's computer at this point.
That's not how you worded it, though. You worded it that specifically you and some CIA members were.
Okay. You don't recognize a joke when you hear one, so.
I mean, when you sound like Ben Stein and it's monotone all the time, it's kind of hard to get any emphasis on it.
Who's Ben Stein?
He's the clear eyes. He's the clear eyes guy. He was also the one in Ferris Bueller that says Bueller.
Okay, there's this thing. Maybe you guys don't have it in Florida, but I did live in Florida, so I know a little bit about it. But there's this thing where I come from. It's called busting your balls. Do you know what that is?
Yeah. Yes. That's all I do.
That's why I thought you could take it better than that, Granny.
It wasn't. Hold on. Busting balls only goes to the point to where you then accuse me saying the CIA is looking into my hard drive for, you know, kid touching type of shit, which in my opinion, that's where you cross the line.
Yeah. See, I don't see there's a line. That's the New England. It's very dark humor.
Very dark. That's New England, right?
So
let me ask you then. This is my one back to you, Michael. You once messaged me and said you were offended because somebody had accused you of being something that you weren't, and you went on to tell me about how you were Irish. Don't you think it's kind of, I don't know, if somebody was to make an accusation about somebody else, is it rightful for them to, feel a type of way, or should you just laugh it all off as a joke? Or
Um, I I don't know what you mean, honestly.
you had told me that somebody was accusing you of your family of being Nazis, and you were like, "No, we fought the Nazis in the war. Like,
Oh
I'm
yeah,
from Irish
well,
heritage, and that didn't happen."
yeah. I mean, maybe that was a joke too, but I do think there is a problem in the United States with. Are you guys familiar with the term Marxism?
No.
No, sorry, I'm not intellectual
Okay.
enough. Please
Well,
explain.
here's some research for you to do then. But there is, I think, a problem the with Marxism in the United States, and what that is people of Jewish backgrounds, particularly whose families came into the U.S. after World War II, basically labeling all white people as Nazis or Nazi sympathizers, even if our families fought against those people. And like my ancestry, my family fought in the British Army, the Canadian Army, the United States Army, against Hitler. So I think it is kind of insulting to, if that's a real approach to how people perceive things, which I believe it is. That is kind of insulting, don't you
Yeah,
think?
I mean, I feel like, if anybody, whether we're talking about child porn or we're talking about calling somebody a Nazi, during makes an accusation like that, there's no defense to it, really. How do you defend somebody that calls you racist, or how do you defend yourself against somebody like you can't?
I'd rather be a Nazi than a fucking kid diddler. I mean, what the fuck?
I think I was probably making fun of the NSA or the CIA more than you with that joke, actually. I mean, it's situation comedy, you know what I mean? Like, we're in a situation.
Should we read the conversation then? Because it was not situational. You were angry at me.
If I was the one who said that, I don't think you get to define what I meant by that. So I think if you would let me explain what I'm saying, if you would really require an explanation, that would be helpful. It is situation comedy. I mean, we're in a situation where our computers spy on us, our phones spy on us, our credit cards monitor our movement and behavior. What else? I mean, there are, there are infrared cameras driving around everywhere, watching what's going on in your house through heat detection, all kinds of crazy stuff. And I'm making fun of that because I think that's insane, and I think that
that has nothing to do with you saying I fucking touch kids or watch people touching kids. This is called deflection, and you're not being very good at it.
No, I'm making fun of the situation. If you don't see that, you missed the point.
Okay, hold on, Michael. In no way, shape, or form were we talking about kid porn until you brought it up as people are going to be watching you. Like, it was going to make me scared. Like, check my hard drive. There's plenty of fucking hardcore porn on it that I don't even download it. I watch it. Yeah, dude, I'm into smut. Don't get me wrong, but they're all of age.
Okay, well, whatever, man. This isn't a trial.
It's not a trial. I'm asking about some shit that you said.
And what did I tell you about this though the other day, Granny? I said, if he came out and said it's a joke, would you be able to let it go? Because I already knew he was joking when he said it. Like I said, you might think of it as an offensive joke, just like that's why I used the comparison of him being called a Nazi, because he considered that an offensive joke if it was a joke.
I'll let it go. If he says that it's a joke, sure. But I honestly, the way that he said it, it did not seem in a joking manner, especially with the voice messages that you were sending me as you were doing that. And then you said I was obsessed with you, but you are the one has friend requested me about 18 fucking times on different accounts. Like, I don't understand. Like, so like, you see where I'm going here? It's like the scale.
I don't know.
Like,
For me, I think you put way too much validity in it. If somebody ever told me that, like an average person or somebody that I'm talking to on the internet told me they worked for the CIA, I would take the rest of that conversation with a grain of salt. But
of course
apparently
I did.
you took it a very different way.
Just so you know, there are also people who do impersonate people on the internet.
That wasn't an impersonation. You sent me sound clips and it was of you.
No, I remember that. I do remember that now.
Okay.
And it's humor. Maybe the thing is, like, New England is the most French part of the United States, and our humor is very dark and French. It's very similar to what people joke about in Quebec and even France. I mean, I have more in common with a person in Paris than I do someone in Los Angeles, you know what I mean? As far as humor and culture and that kind of thing. So maybe try to investigate French humor. And
all right, yeah, I'll investigate fucking French humor about the kid touching and shit. What about the 300 IQ, which is damn near physically impossible?
It's not. I do have a very high IQ.
300? Over 300?
Hold on, weren't you a Harvard graduate as well, Michael?
Yeah, Thomas Jefferson had about a 240, 270 IQ on a 240 on a bad day, so it's not beyond the realm of possibility.
Who is vacuuming?
French humor is good, though. Didn't Florida used to be French?
Yeah, and Louisiana.
Yeah, so just get into your roots.
Those are stuff. Rogue French people, and they're not to be trusted. Actually, I'm going out on a limb here. Fuck French people.
No, France is awesome. You just don't know it.
It's not.
No, it is. The French are good people.
He says, "Bro, I'm French and from New England. I've never called somebody a pedo as a joke." Well, I mean, one example. That's anecdotal evidence, Scruffy.
Yeah, but that doesn't, just because your ethnicity is one thing doesn't mean your cultural viewpoint is, or you're shaped by that culture. I mean, I'm Irish, but I think like a French New Englander. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, I mean, I wouldn't consider you very much French, but I guess you could have picked up the humor in the area. I guess.
I'm very influenced by French things. Most definitely.
Okay, so over 300 IQ. But it's not like you've never had it tested or whatever. You don't know exactly where your IQ is, but you know it's over 300.
Yeah, on a good day.
You mean on a good day? You don't. I mean, you don't.
What? I have bad days.
With the test?
I mean, tests are just tests. You can kind of measure things by using.
Well, then that just means it's a claim. If it's a claim at that point.
Well, a test is a claim, so.
But there's actual like scientific proof like after that. Like you can answer some of the questions. You can't just go, well, on a good day, like, well, fuck you. On a good day, I've got a fucking 9,000.
Not every
IQ.
test is. Not every test is based in.
I mean, realistically.
I mean, some tests are. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, there are differences in tests.
Tests are just, they're just tests. I mean.
Tests are just measurements.
It's a measurement, but then you're making your self-claim about how high your IQ is.
It depends on what that measurement is based off of, though. Is what I'm saying.
And it sounds like it's a personal measurement.
I would say all tests are different. Not all IQ tests are the same.
Well, fuck y'all. I got I got a 12-inch cock, and we all know that's not fucking real. I
It
mean,
depends on
like,
what tape measure you're using.
yeah, that's a test. That's a
But
test.
a test isn't really. I mean, that kind of test is not a definitive measurement of what you're actually testing for. It's a rough gauge. I mean, you can test really badly on any day, and that's not really, therefore, an actual measurement of the thing you're measuring. It's just how you test it. You see.
Yeah. It's same thing with the IQ test. I mean, I can claim I have a 12-inch cock all day long, but
Well,
it's
no,
not.
like let me give you a better example, Granny. Like they had these tests come out one year online, and you could tell it was a joke test. You would answer the questions, and they would tell you if you were gay or not. It was all based on their questions. They had set up the test. Does that mean that you're gay or not gay by answering the questions of a test?
It depends on who you fucked.
What if that question is not even on the test?
Well, I mean, it's easy. Have you taken cock?
And
I'm just saying, based on
what if
the
you're gay
situations
one
of the
day
test.
and you're not gay the next day? It
No,
changes.
being gay is defined by your actions, not how you feel.
Oh no,
Did you
I
blow?
disagree.
Did you blow a guy the day
I
before?
disagree. If you put two people on an island forever, do you think they grow more attracted to each other just because they're isolated, or do you think it was always there?
No, I'm not butt fucking a dude or getting butt fucked. So, regardless of how you go there, I'm not attracted to men. Yes, you would grow closer, absolutely. But like, I'd fuck a coconut or something. I'm not butt fucking the dude that's stuck on the island with me.
So, if you have sex with a coconut one time, does that make you coconut sexual for life?
Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
And well, it makes you more prone to fuck a coconut again.
Yes, it definitely lowers your ambitions.
You know what I mean? I fucking bore right through the husk just with my raw cock.
Jesus Christ. Where are we going with this one?
This is going to get banned right off YouTube, right?
No, you can talk about fucking produce. Trust me, I do it all the time.
Talk about it, or like where are we going with this?
I fucked several different types of melons.
Scruffy can confirm. He said Granny's melon sexual.
Yeah, dude. Y'all are gonna sit here and tell me in your teenage years you didn't fuck some weird shit? Mostly not dudes?
Mostly not dudes? What do you mean?
I've never fucked a dude. I'm just saying, like.
Mostly, or just haven't?
I mean, if you
That's a
fuck
very
a dude,
vague
it's cool,
roundabout statement. But no, I've never had sex with any inanimate objects.
I suppose these
Why?
days that doesn't actually matter, does it?
What do you mean? Yeah, duh. I mean, you don't have to fucking have the values of the media. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I don't watch the media, so I don't know what their values are.
Well, being gay is cool, and I mean, and they promote it like crazy.
It's cool. I thought it was just a thing. I mean, isn't it just a thing? How does
well,
make
it seems
cool?
to be a fashion statement more than it is just a thing nowadays.
Okay. See, we went through all that in the 90s up in New England, so.
What the fuck do you mean? No way, dude. People in New
now.
England are using the gay F word more than anybody around.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
It's also a name for a cigarette.
That's English,
We
and
went
it's
through all
also a
that
name
in
for a
the
bundle of sticks.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
Boston was
that's the
first.
full word, and then just the shortened word is the name for a cigarette.
We went through all that a long time ago. You know, Massachusetts was the first state to
You're
legalize
acting
gay
the
marriage.
most racist and homophobic people I've ever met in my life were from Boston. Massachusetts,
So
and fucking New York. Like they are the most racist and fucking bigoted people I've ever met in my life.
yeah, but you have to understand where that comes from. It's satire, it's sarcasm. It's
No, it's not. No, the fuck it's not. I've literally seen them fight people for being gay.
no. See, you misinterpret. You're
I'm
they are
getting a fucking
fighting.
beer. I'm listening. I'm getting a beer.
They're fighting against people who are fighting against them for uh, using their freedom of expression and free speech in a way that the people fighting against them don't approve of, and are fighting against them for doing, which is that's the point, you know.
I mean, I would say the
That's New
biggest thing
England.
is bringing your culture to another place and expecting other people's culture to change. You know what I mean? That seems to be where the conflict actually happens, and I think it happens with immigration. I think it happens with anything. Um, People moving into a new area. If anytime you introduce a new idea to people are set in their ways, there's going to be conflict.
Yeah. But I think humor and understanding humor is important too in terms of um, figuring out what the heck's actually going on sometimes, because you might think it's one thing and it's actually another.
Schmidt said, "Does anybody remember the riots in Boston when they started busing kids?"
That was before my time, but I am aware of it. I was just a kid, and I lived in a very white part of the Metro Boston area. So, but I do remember a black kid came to my high school from the inner city, and he was the only black kid in my school.
Did you call him the N-word?
No, but he did get shot in a drive-by shooting for being a drug dealer. So I don't think he did anything to help with the stereotypes.
Oh god.
Yeah.
All right.
Kind of surprised you only had one black kid in the class in Boston.
Yeah. Well, I went to two different high schools, but the second high school I went to, it was much smaller than the first one. The first one I went to was really large and had people from all over the world. But yeah, that kid ended up getting shot.
Can I ask another question? Fucking what? So you went to Mars with Barack Obama? Was that you?
Well, he went to Mars with me, but yeah.
All right. Why is this
We
story
went together.
insanely close to Andrew Basiago's?
Well, because Andrew Bashago was there also.
Oh, all three of you guys went to Mars.
Yeah, on the same days. Actually, I think I recall that I met Andrew Bashago initially on Mars.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. That's what you had told me is that you had went there and you'd actually saved Andrew and who he was with.
From what?
Yeah. There's life up there, and it's very hungry.
Oh, so you saved them from being eaten by aliens?
Well, creatures, correct? Yeah.
But that's a fucking alien. It's a life form on another planet.
Well, terminology. It's just terminology.
That's not
Whatever
fucking
word you
no.
use.
It's an extraterrestrial. Does that make you feel better?
I don't care whatever word you want to use. It's all English to me.
God damn it. See, you fucking eat your feedback so much it is infuriating. All right, so and then what? You helped Barack Obama to become president, and he's like a lot older. Well, y'all are the same age, right? Y'all are both like almost in your 60s.
No, I'm 48.
Oh, okay. He's 48.
He's significantly older than I am. So is Andy Bashaga. I was just a kid. when we all actually met and worked together. I was like 5 or 6 or something. And both of those guys were around 20. And let's see, I don't think I helped him become president, but I did work with him while he was president, even though he's a Democrat and I come from a more Republican tradition. And yeah, I didn't really help him get elected. I think he was going to get elected regardless. It's one of those things.
Let me ask you something about that because I was curious. Andrew also talks about how he thinks that the people that actually become president are handpicked in advance. Do you think that the same thing? Do you think the people running for president have already been handpicked?
I think there's a certain, there's a certain limited number of people who are qualified for that job. I mean, it's such a huge responsibility. And I mean, think about it. If there's any government agency that has any power to make sure that only people who are qualified, educated, trained, etc., to get into that.
Do you ever remember somebody coming to you at any point and doing that same thing? Because Andrew talks about his story of when he thinks he met the people that told him that he was going to be president. One of them being his father. I just didn't know if you ever had an experience like that in your life either.
Yeah, I've had a number of people tell me over my life that, or at least insinuate that that's what I'm going to end up doing, which is, to me, is weird. I mean, I'm a guy who plays, who just wants to play rock music and have a cool band and travel everywhere and play shows and
world famous, Bay. You forgot that.
Well,
Young Astronauts Club. Here, you want me to link it for you?
Want to, but it's up to you. I'm not really that famous, but my band is significantly known around the world.
Which is the band's name is
Young Astronauts Club.
Okay.
We've been around for a long time, so it's just kind of by default, really. But I personally am not that famous, thankfully, because I don't really want to be either. It's not like I don't enjoy fame at all. I like making music. I like getting work done that's satisfying and brings reward to people, and of course myself. I don't really like attention. It's not something I enjoy very much.
Scruffy had an interesting statement. He said if you're not part of the club, you won't get a chance from either party. Would you consider yourself an independent, or would you run with a certain party, fit the lines, or the two-party system will get broken up over time?
Nah, I think we're stuck with Republican and Democrat, and I'm more like a Republican than a Democrat.
Can I ask you a question? Do you believe in free will?
Yes, but
then if this is all predestined, then there is no free will.
Well, that's not entirely true either. I've thought about this, but there's free will, but who's ultimately in charge of everything? If you believe in God, then
I don't.
Well, okay, so maybe that's something to investigate on your part, but
no, I'm good.
Well, it's good to have an open mind. And,
what, you want me in heaven hanging out with your ass when we're fucking dead for all of eternity? Please. You don't.
Well,
no way you want that.
That's a whole different thing entirely. But anyway, if you believe in the God of the Bible, as I do, I didn't always, but I do now. You realize that there's free will, and God respects our free will, but He doesn't just allow us to do whatever we want to. There's kind of a limited number of choices. You can choose to cross the street at the crosswalk and not get hit by a car, or you can choose to cross it in the middle of traffic and get run over. That kind of thing.
So yeah, just because you know about the future doesn't mean it's going to take place. You could alter the timeline, if you will.
I don't. But if there's a timeline, there is no free will. That's the thing. You can't have it both ways. You can't say that something's predestined
I think
you
somebody
have
can
your own
predict
choice.
the future without knowing all the events that lead to it.
You can choose to go along with it or accept it or not. It's like if someone dies, you go through a period of grief and mourning, and then finally you come to a period of acceptance. It's sort of like that. It's like there's just an acceptance of what's you have the free will to accept something or not, basically.
No, that's not will, though. Accepting something as an inevitability is not will. That's just an inevitability.
Scruffy actually had a good.
Yeah, but we're not gods either.
He said major events will happen,
Who's
but
not?
individual choices are still your own.
Mm-hmm.
I am my own god, so that makes me a god.
Well, that's very that's a very high level of confidence you have.
It's almost like having a 300 IQ.
I want to get back to Schmidt's
Yeah,
question.
but I think the more you know, the more you realize how little we all actually know.
No shit, I don't know shit, but I'm still my own god. I make my own choices. I don't need a crutch saying, "Hey, man, if I don't do fucking good, like I do good shit on my own behalf, not on the behalf of some fucking deity that is looking over me. Because fuck it, dude. When the screen turns off, it turns off.
That's where I halfway agree with you, Granny, is the fact that I don't like the fact that some people in religion use it as a crutch. But in order to follow religion, it doesn't have to be a crutch in your life. Things could alter around religion, and it would still. I mean, yes, if it's holding up the fact that you exist, and if it was to get pulled away from under you and like a crutch, and you fall over and you can no longer go on, then yeah, that makes sense that you wouldn't want to support something like that. But to say that people aren't better humans because of some religions is also, true. I think some people have better morals because of religious beliefs.
I don't think religion is. A lot of people make the mistake that religion owns and defines what God is. I think God is much bigger than religion. I think religion is an attempt by humans to. Religion is an attempt by humans to control God, which it doesn't work that way. So I might believe in God, but I don't believe in religion whatsoever.
And Michael, I understand your faith in humanity. That makes me wonder why you believe the Bible so much, because it was written 100 years after the people involved, and then it was also written by humans.
I just studied it a lot, and I was very skeptical before I did that. I mean, I was basically agnostic, borderline atheist, borderline didn't care. And I was always very kind of like science oriented in my learning methods, and scientific investigation was a part of my method of determining what was true or not. And so therefore, as a true scientific method of approach to research, which you have to do, I had to logically then consider the Bible as a potential source of actual information, in fact. And so I researched it, and that's how I came to believe it was. That's how I came to believe in it, and that's it. It's just research, just like everything else. I mean, it's full of things that are impossible for it to have been written by a human being.
And contradictory. Don't
No, well, you
don't,
didn't let me finish
don't forget the
sentence.
contradictions.
It's full of things that make it impossible for it to have been written by human beings. It's obviously, if you research it, written by a much higher intelligence than any human being. So, who
You
can
guys got to
that
let me
be?
catch up the chat a little bit. We got a bunch of questions coming in for everybody. The first one was from Schmidt. He was asking, when you met Barack Obama, was he a nice guy?
Yeah, he was all right. I was just a kid.
How old were you when you went?
Like 5 or 6 or something.
Okay. That was about the same age as Andrew said he was going to. I think he said he was 6 or something. And he's involved in the jump room program.
When he initially
Oh, no, the jump room program to Mars, he was actually in, he was going to college at the time.
Yeah. It was my great uncle who helped develop that stuff. So that's another reason I was probably put into it. You guys are familiar with Howard Hughes?
Yeah.
Yeah. He was a relative of mine. So.
And CM was asking, is there a secret organization of guys eating chips or policing the world?
Maybe. I don't know.
And then Zachary Kim. All right, so I got to address this one because Zachary Kim's been beating the hell out of this conversation for about 2 weeks. All right, Zachary Kim. I'm not saying that Michael Phillips didn't say these things. What I'm saying is you can't prove to me that it's true, is all I said. I mean, it's totally possible that he said these things. I believe Michael Phillips did say those things. But I asked you to give me a shred of evidence to prove that he caused it besides just the words that came out of his mouth. That's harder to do, is all I've ever said. And that's why I didn't want to keep propelling this idea of something that would get me taken off of YouTube and making that claim. So it's kind of a stupid thing to keep bringing up. If you like watching my channel and you like coming back here, probably stop bringing up the fact that a time traveler caused something that we're not allowed to talk about on YouTube. One question in case Granny forgot. President Macintosh, were you seriously going to have Rocco as your VP?
I never said that.
And I've been wondering this too. So if you don't mind us asking, because I think Rocco has kind of mentioned you a few times and you guys have done lives with me before. I didn't know where you guys were in standings, to be honest. I didn't know if he was going to be your vice president, work with you, or what was going on.
I don't know. I mean, that's up to Rocco, I guess. I can't make anybody do anything. So.
Then, but you would have Rocco as your vice president, the guy that we saw smoke crack on YouTube.
Oh, come on, that's an allegation. You don't know if it was crack. You don't know what he was smoking.
It was out of a fucking bulb.
I smoke a lot of things out of a bowl. And
no, the fuck you! I've never seen you smoke fucking anything out of a bowl.
Bro, there's a chillum right here. I rip my bong whenever I'm smoking tobacco.
That's a chillum. The motherfucker. It was free basic.
Okay, I don't know what he was doing, but I'm just saying you're making an assumption about what he was smoking out of his pipe. Maybe it was a peace pipe. Maybe it was just positive vibes, gang gang. Poontang wants to know. He said, "Do you believe in Jesus Christ, Granny?"
No. Wait, hold on. Do I think he's my fucking savior? Absolutely the fuck not. Do I think that he was a dude that got killed by his government because he had wild ideas? Absolutely, sure.
Well, he's both.
No, he's not my fucking savior. Don't you put that evil on me.
You'll figure it out eventually.
I won't figure shit out, Michael. Fucking put that shit into my brain.
Jesus loves you.
Religion is
no, he doesn't.
Power structure.
I got a question for you.
Himself. Sure.
Have you ever seen Jesus in your coffee?
No.
Or in like your scrambled eggs or something?
No, dude. A grilled cheese fucking sandwich.
You didn't see it on the tortilla?
Yeah, I got a fucking Jesus press grilled cheese maker in the fucking kitchen. I see him every fucking morning. and then I eat the body of Christ.
Oh goodness.
One time I finished a cup of coffee and then I saw like a face of Jesus in the bottom. It was really kind of cool.
Did you feel bad? Did you drink your savior?
No, I mean it's just a cup of coffee, but it was a picture that like it it was in a shape that looked like that famous image of Jesus's face from the what do you call it, the Shroud of Turin.
No. Well, at least, I mean, since he was at the bottom, well, do you put a lot of creamer in your coffee or no?
What yeah, probably at the time.
I was gonna say, well, at least he wasn't as white as the Jesus that is depicted, because at least he was a little coffee colored.
Yeah.
All right, I don't know what song you're playing, but
It was on my stream. Somebody donated some shit, so I had to dance. Sorry.
oh, not what compatibilism, belief that free will and determinism can coexist. Some things were always going to happen; other things can be decided by free will.
I disagree. If it's pre-fucking destined, then it's not going to happen. And also, I would like to say that I'm throwing my fucking hat in with Michael Macintosh. I will also be running for president in fucking 2024. I have a vice president. He's going to be anonymous. I mean, completely anonymous. So, like, I'd like everybody here, if I have your vote, put an F in chat. And if Michael Macintosh has your vote, put an M in chat.
I'm gonna say just because your vice president is anonymous, I wouldn't vote for you. I don't know.
All right.
I don't know what kind of bad juju you'd bring in.
What the fuck do you mean?
Like, oh, okay, yeah, Kanye West is my guy. Like, I don't know what the fuck you're gonna do.
Yeah, but you have to come up with a platform first because
I got a fucking platform. You did ask me about my platform, did you?
most okay, well, bring it on.
Well, all right. First of all, we're gonna fucking outlaw time travel. No more shit to Mars.
Yeah.
No more shit to Mars.
Yeah, bro. Fuck Mars. You know what? Mars can go fuck itself. That shit's gone, dude. We're not doing anything in Mars.
What if
all
Jesus doesn't like that?
Third of all, you're allowed to believe in Jesus, but the president, every time he gives a speech, which will be me, is gonna say, I don't fucking care about Jesus. He has not one fucking time other than a candy cane have I been reminded of Jesus in my works. All right?
You're gonna have a really hard time winning Texas.
No, trust me. Texas will be fine, dude. I'll appeal to the gays.
I live in Texas.
You live in Texas?
Texas is evolving overnight. Texas is
Texas.
totally evolving overnight, though.
Oh, look, I've got the Jewish vote. All right.
That whole 5% of Massachusetts.
We're gonna let everybody into the border. Most people are staying at Michael Macintosh's house, like all of them.
Yeah, they can check out my guns first.
Yeah, well, there's gonna be too many. You know what I mean? We're gonna ship them the fuck in there. We're gonna get them all to Michael Macintosh's compound.
There's no such thing as too many guns.
You can only hold fucking a few at a time. I mean, what are you gonna strap them to your cock? All right. Fifth, we're gonna fucking lower the price of food, right? I don't give a fuck about the shipping costs. Fuck shipping costs. We're gonna grow it, and we're gonna feed fucking people. You know what I mean? And then sixth, honestly, and if I win, and I hate this for you, Michael Macintosh, I'm sending you to Uganda. You're gonna have to go live in Uganda.
That's your last stipulation.
Yeah.
That's it?
Yes.
That's it. Huh?
Yeah.
Well, I think you're going to have to come to my ranch in Texas and talk about that.
I'm not coming to your fucking ranch. First of all, Texas is a shithole.
Well, you're definitely not going to win Texas then.
What? I mean, I bet I will. I bet all the fucking people coming from out of state and everywhere else. You know what I mean? Get out of Texas. Texas fucking sucks now. Plus, it takes 4 fucking days to get through Texas. It's a fucking travesty.
It's awesome.
Get a bullet train that goes through fucking Texas.
Jake Hudson's gonna be your VP.
No. Fuck no. He tried to butt fuck me in the Oval Office.
I don't think you'd even win Florida.
What's that?
I don't think you'd even win Florida.
I'd fucking win. I'd win them all. I'd win all 50 fucking states.
So if there wasn't any coconuts in the room and Jake Hudson was there, at no time it would happen.
No, at
No
no
melons,
fucking
no
time nor
melons, no
place. No,
coconuts around.
fuck you. No. Don't give that motherfucker any hope.
You might win in Chicago.
I'm winning all 50 states. I'm gonna be the first fucking president to win all 50 fucking states.
I think you'd probably win in Massachusetts, which is why I don't live there anymore.
Is that why?
Yeah. Oh, I don't live in Massachusetts anymore. I moved out of there in 2023.
CM Andre's not running in 2024.
Sorry, 2003. 2023. It's 2023 next year. I'm a little tired. It's like the middle of the night here. So I'm in Europe right now.
You're in Europe? Is that why everything's got fucking candlelight behind it?
Yeah, it's like 1 a.m. where I am. So.
Oh, okay.
We actually have a legitimate question. No, Granny. I also have a real serious question for Granny. Does your baloney have a first name, and if so, how long did it take you to slice him up and freeze him or her?
What the fuck does that mean? What in the actual fuck does that mean? Oh, god damn. I don't know what that means, and I've never sliced up anything but animals.
So how are you going to afford to get on the ballot in all 50 states?
Don't need it. I've got sheer charisma, dude. Something you know nothing of.
You know, it's about $3 million to...
No, not when you're this fucking good. You look like this, dude. Look, this is it. Baby, listen, let me tell you something, all right? I'm going to get on the ballot with sheer charisma, okay? This is hard times. Everybody's going to vote for the son of an electrician, all right? You hear me?
You're the son of an electrician?
No. I made that up.
I am also the son of an electrician.
Ooh.
I'm the son of a power plant mechanic, baby. It's hard times.
My dad was in Local 93 in Boston.
It's the American dream, baby. There's going to be gorilla shit all over the wall.
All right, relax, Dusty Britches. You've got to be kidding me, PK says.
Uganda. I've never been to Uganda.
You will be.
CM's got a
Granny's
really good
president.
one.
Well,
Mr.
make sure
Macintosh, after this debate,
I'll make sure to bring back Ebola for you.
for me,
Yeah,
Oh,
just
from
drop it
Uganda?
right
You're going to bring it back to the U.S.?
I'll bring it right back to Granny's house.
Okay.
Leave it right there.
Oh goodness! I don't think anybody's watching this, CM. So the chance that it's going to hurt any political runnings for Granny or Mr. Macintosh.
actually, if he brought me Ebola, that's definitely all 50 states, dude. I'll look like FDR in a fucking wheelchair. I'm fucking wheeling myself in. A time traveler bought me fucking Ebola, and I'm here to fucking say I'll be your new president.
Mr. CM, I think this is obviously, for fun, and if this were a real debate, if you thought it was a real debate, then I think you might need to work on your sense of humor.
Oh yeah, Canadian, you're still stuck with Trudeau, aren't you? You got to vote him out before you worry about anything else. Granny, you and Trudeau got a lot in common.
Shut up, dude.
Yeah, you
I
guys
do
are.
one fucking charcoal mask. One charcoal mask, and I get labeled as a fucking racist.
Were you
This
or
is
were you not?
bullshit.
Wait. Were you or were you not previously talking about Dog the Bounty Hunter using the
I
N-word?
wasn't paying attention.
Well, your mom lives right near Cuba, and Trudeau's mom has been to Cuba, so you guys have that in common.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Castro.
Are you calling me Fidel Castro's kid?
Your face. Oh yeah.
My mom is a very racist white lady. I'm talking extremely racist. So I don't think she would go to Cuba out of principle.
I don't know, man. You look kind of you got like the complexion and stuff.
I have a Cuban complexion. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
I always thought his dad was Yosemite Sam, the cartoon character.
It's not. It's called growing a good beard. Something neither one of you fucking know about.
There's nothing full about that beard.
I didn't say full. I said good.
I thought a good beard was a full beard.
No, it just look. It works like this.
Yeah, it looks a lot like armpit hair on your chin, like just
It
long.
It doesn't. Listen.
At least
if you're-
Yosemite could curl the mustache.
I can curl my fucking mustache. I just don't do it because it's hack.
Yeah.
All right. True. I mean, I could pull out some earwax right now. I get them fucking tightened up. I'm not doing that.
I'm gonna say my facial hair grows in that white trashy way. This is just how it comes in. It only comes in that pretty way.
Do you think your home state of Cuba will ever rejoin the United States?
I'm not fucking Cuban. And in no way, shape, or form. I've never even close to fucking Cuba other than I live in Florida.
Florida, Cuba, what's the difference?
Well, one's a fucking island.
And the other's gonna be.
Who do you have for your best band, Boston or Kansas? They're deciding if they would vote for you by your pick.
Best band, Boston or Kansas? I would have to say Boston because I actually know those guys. So. Not being biased or anything, of course. Actually recorded in the same. Actually, one of the guys who was a member of the band Boston engineered and recorded my band, Young Astronauts Club, in 1994 when we were just putting together some of our first recordings. So I go way back with those guys. They're all much older than I am, though. Actually, I would think probably some of them aren't even alive anymore. It's been a long time since I talked to any of them.
All right.
I don't think I'm worthy of being president of the United States. I don't think it matters, frankly. Was Trump worthy of being president of the United States? Was Obama? Was any of them? It's not really a relevant factor. I just think it's more like I've been saying, it's something that's going to happen, and I apologize in advance.
CM said, I don't know about anybody else, but he has my vote. Macintosh 2024. Unless Rocco is the VP, then I'm voting for Granny.
Well, like I said, Ann Coulter is probably going to be the vice president in 2024. And I think that's a good thing because she can do the job. I mean, she could be the president, frankly. I think she's smart enough, but I think because America hasn't advanced to the point of wanting to or accepted the idea of having a woman as president yet, she'll have to settle for being vice president until we get to that point.
I'm gonna say, if
Do you
you're
guys
running
think
with
we
Ann
could ever
Coulter,
have?
you're gonna have to be Republican if you're running with Ann Coulter.
Well, yeah. I mean, I am. I'm kind of an old school New England Republican oriented
You know
libertarian.
that
Maybe,
Ann Coulter is like wildly racist, right?
Well, I think that's a kind of blanket stereotype that people use to
She
pigeonhole
said the
people
N-word.
in order to dismiss what they're talking about and the ideas that they're putting forward. I don't think using the N word makes you a racist.
You know what? I can agree with that.
Yeah, I mean,
I would actually compare Ann Coulter a lot to that Sam guy that likes to talk about the Middle East, Sam Harris.
mm,
Most people would label Sam Harris as a racist, but he usually is talking about the majority of populations in certain areas, and he often gets labeled as racist for it.
I
But
think
most of
Ann
his stuff is
Coulter
based
will
on
be.
statistics too.
I think Anna will be one of the best vice presidents that the country ever had if she chooses to accept that, and I think she will.
Did you see what Poontang said, Granny?
We're a
Said,
couple
Granny, I
of
hear
years
you have
away.
some African heritage, so it would be okay for you to be blackface. It is not your fault. You are pale-skinned African American.
Well, actually, yeah, it's strange that you say that because I'm related to Nelson Mandela.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
Are you really?
No, fuck no. Look at
Where
me.
are you? Like, where are you staying right now?
No, in no way, shape, or form. I don't think there's a black person in my family unless they were married in, and I still don't think that has happened.
Are you sure some of those slaves that your great grandparents owned didn't actually?
Are you fucking kidding me? Do you look at me? Do you think my parents or grandparents could afford slaves? You're out of your fucking gourd sometimes.
Afford slaves?
It's not like
They,
they were free. It's
they
not
did
like
all the
you
work
could.
for free. They paid for themselves.
You still had to own the land and then fucking plant the seeds and the crops and all that shit.
The land that was given to uh, colonial settlers by the King of England.
Yeah, they just had to go and stake their land.
I
It's
told
literally
you I'm
handed to 'em.
Irish. They call
Yeah,
us potato ends.
a lot of people say they're Irish.
Okay. I mean, what do you want me to do? Drink fucking more to prove it? I don't understand. Like, yeah. As far as I know, I'm fucking Irish.
PK said, does Ann Coulter know she's going to be VP?
I don't know. You should ask her, not me. I don't know.
What do you mean? You're the fucking president.
No, I'm not. I'm just a guy on the internet. Yeah, you should ask Ann. I don't know, actually. If you find out the answer, please get back to me and let me know at MacintoshuSA.org. I would like to know because I don't know if she knows.
Speaking of, Granny and Pesci were both checking out the site the other day. I think they're going to get some merch. I think they need Michael Macintosh shirts. It's going to happen. They're going to be wearing them.
We do have T-shirts already. They can be checked out at MacintoshuSA.org, the official website.
Rev Robbins, who's in the chat, he's also been checking out your site as well. There's a lot. I don't think a lot of people knew you had a site.
Yeah, it keeps getting because it gets censored on social media and stuff, so it's kind of hard for people to find it through.
I know you made that shocked face, Granny. It's actually true. He tried to send it to me in a message one time, and the message wouldn't go through. He has to actually add spaces inside of it because the site does get blocked on certain social media.
Yeah, I'm very censored. They don't want me.
I thought you were working with the CIA. Just fucking send them a message.
I think they're trying to limit my
potential
coverage at this point. Limit the amount of attention that I'm getting because some of the stuff I'm saying on there is quite controversial still. And
like what?
Well, like declassifying
time travel?
The existence of time travel, and extraterrestrials.
Oh, look, I got it. I got the hair out of my mouth.
I think that's quite controversial at this point still, and so yeah, they're probably trying to limit my ability to reach people still at this point.
Okay.
But
All right. Well,
it's probably
I
next
know.
year and the year after that'll happen more.
Can we run? You had topics to bring up, Jacob?
Well, I
'Cause-
thought you wanted to talk about. You told me a few that you wanted to talk about, and Michael, I know some that Michael would like to talk about. So if you'd like, I knew you wanted to talk about time travel, and I don't really feel like we've touched on it. We talked about going to Mars, but we didn't really talk about time travel all that much yet.
yeah, I
Time
think
travel.
we've dabbled in the time travel shit enough. You know what I mean? I think that we're not. We're just beating a dead fucking horse at this point. What other topics do you got? And
I
let's
would
see.
I would have rather had Macintosh lay out what he wanted to do as president right after you did, because I don't think a lot of people know his platform as well and what he would do as a president.
All right, give it to him, Michael Macintosh.
Day one, invade the Vatican. First day in office, invade and shut down and arrest everybody living and working in the Vatican City.
Well, you just lost Latino vote.
Well, I think it's wrong to stereotype all Latinos as Catholics. It's fanatical religious people. I don't think that's true.
I mean, there are a lot of Latinos that are Catholic. I'll agree with that. I mean, no, you're not. I don't necessarily think that you're going to lose them if you're taking down the Vatican in the right way. If you're saying, "Hey, I'm not trying to destroy Catholicism. I'm trying to."
Yes, I am.
Well, I mean, if that's the route you're going to go on, I guess.
Michael, before you continue, let me show you how to win a presidency. All right, hold on.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, definitely gonna do well with the over 60s there.
I don't think you landed any more votes with that. Actually, in the chat, 2 people just pulled back their votes.
You can definitely see.
Jacob, shut up! I'm pumping up.
I can definitely see how that highlights your.
You see, Michael,
policies
take
and
fucking
proposals.
notes, buddy. This is how you win a goddamn presidency. You see that? That's called a fucking president's body right there. Something you know nothing about.
I've never seen a president with that body.
Have you
Yeah,
ever
'cause you never
actually
seen
had a
fucking
job?
ripped ass president.
Oh my goodness.
Do you know how to hammer 2x4s together? Doesn't look like it.
I'm still fucking flexing off.
You're flexing right now?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
a lot. Shut up.
Oh, is this what's about to happen? Oh, I knew this was coming. Shout out to Michael Pena.
Penny doesn't have shit on this.
No, Granny likes to have flex offs with people, and
I
Pena actually looked better than Granny with his shirt off. He was in way better shape, and he's probably got 20 years on Granny.
Fuck you. I'd fucking take his bag, dude. He's got 3 MMAs.
I'd offer you an apprenticeship in the Carpenters Union, but I think you'd probably drop out after the second year.
Right. Truth in the factory.
What club are you not a part of? You're in the astronauts club. You're in the fucking presidential club. Of what club are you like? I think that's a shorter list. What club are you not a part of?
I don't know. I mean, I also have a place right near Bohemian Grove, which I thought was kind of interesting. I didn't even realize that, but maybe I'll go check it out someday.
No, I wouldn't legalize fucking bestiality, bro. That fucking nipples.
I have a place up in Northern California, not far from Bohemian Grove. You guys ever been?
I have not.
Bohemian Grove? Why? Why would I
Yeah.
go? No. Why would I go to
No.
Bohemian
I
Grove?
don't. I will
No
not
idea.
go to that owl.
Probably won't be going either, but I just think it might be interesting to check out.
Call me the fucking kid toucher.
I was gonna say I'll watch it one time when Alex Jones records it, and then I'll just assume that I'm never going to enter that space.
So it's okay for Alex Jones to go there and record it, but it's not okay for you to go and check it out.
No, I don't want to be there after what I saw. That's what I'm saying. After witnessing what they were up to, no thanks.
You could
Make sacrifices of
possibly
children.
Go and see what they're actually doing for your own self, rather than just take some word for it.
1 second. I have to address somebody that's in my chat right now. Okay. Fuck you, Unsavory. You fucking asshole. Yeah. See these fucking legs. Last thing you ever fucking see, Holmes. Sorry. That was extremely necessary.
President Macintosh, would you deport the great Harry Barnett from America for life?
I don't know who Harry Barnett is.
Yeah, he's another guy in the chat. I don't think you've met Harry.
What about
Harry's a great English patriot.
Prince Harry? I would definitely deport him.
Well, he is from England, and he is staying in the U.S. now.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know if he's exactly from England, but I know he's from that area.
Well, we've all got our problems.
What now? Being from England is a problem, and being French is cool. You've got your fucking priorities backwards, buddy.
That's your opinion, Mr. Cuba.
Mr. Cuba. Oh shit!
Why don't you go back to Havana?
I would visit fucking Havana. There's no way you could fucking paint me as a goddamn Cuban. There's just no fucking way. I'll take Cuban, but I don't think you can paint me as I am way too white trash to be called fucking Cuban.
¿Cómo estás?
Bien, tú.
No hablo español, señor.
Oh, sí, Holmes. Saca la bata away, Holmes.
Mexico's up.
Grande puto en Telemundo.
That's all you got?
What?
I speak one sentence in Portuguese also, so I'm fluent. You faro macabra.
No falo Portuguese.
I would like some of the Pope's gold. Well, maybe that'll happen when they clear out the Vatican.
You can't have it.
All right. Well, Michael, I think we're going to see each other on the podium in 2024. I will be shirtless. I will still be wearing a lapel, strangely enough. And
we're also going to
an interesting race.
Yeah. I think for sure that's definitely going to happen. But my list of proposals are on my website. I think one of the biggest things that I think is important, which will help fix economic issues in the United States, is the promoting of Bitcoin as a form of currency. And not only that, but use Bitcoin as an industry in order to reduce unemployment. I think that we can definitely all have jobs in the cryptocurrency and Bitcoin industry. I think it is feasible
Can I get it? I'm sorry. I hate to interrupt your spiel right here. Can I get a timeout? Fuck you, Unsavory, you motherfucker. I'll paint your fucking grandma's house, you piece of shit. All right, resume.
Aren't you a painter? Wouldn't like? No, I'm just saying. Like, isn't that like a compliment? I would paint your house.
Do you steal the ladder after you paint the house?
No,
No, then you're
I
not
bring my
Irish.
own fucking ladders.
You're not Irish? Is that what you said?
You ain't Irish. You ain't nothing.
Harry's got a question for you. He said, "What shade of pale would President McIntosh say Granny is?"
I don't care. Whatever.
And then CM says,
I'm not Cuban pale.
"Blinding is the shade."
Oh yeah, let me ask you that. I know I interrupted your shit or whatever, but
Bitcoin.
yeah, fuck Bitcoin. Dude, whatever.
Well,
Yeah, everything's
Bitcoin's
going
to take over.
Yeah, everything's going to crypto. We all
And
fucking
so
I
think
what
that
you're doing is you're regurgitating shit. What is your correlation here with Andre Little?
what correlation?
Are you not involved with Andre Little and his works?
Involved in what sense? I don't know Andrew. I mean,
I believe you claimed he was going to be president at some point as well.
You believe incorrectly.
All right, I'll have to go re-listen to that old show, but
I believe that I was used to figure out this information by certain agencies, and when I brought it back and made it public, Andre Little thereafter inserted his own self into that information in order to get attention for some reason.
Are you doing a fucking Joe Biden impression?
I don't pay attention to Joe Biden.
Okay. You are a fucking human slumber party sometimes, I swear to God.
Oh, that guy who thinks he's president?
He was elected. He's in the fucking White House.
He was elected. Yeah, okay. That's why I'm campaigning in Beijing, China next week. Because
why?
I'm hoping that I can be just like Biden and get billions of absentee ballots mailed to the United States in 2024.
You're going to do this. So you're going to say that if you don't get elected in the upcoming election, you were still president and you were robbed? They all do that.
No. They all do that. Who's they?
And how did you get Jack Daniels in fucking Europe?
At the supermarket.
They sell Jack Daniels in Europe.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they do.
Did you take a picture?
You want to see the label? It says,
is it in Europe on the back?
Says it's manufactured, bottled in Holland, actually. I think. Let's see. I'll show you the.
You got to get the candle up to it. We can't see it.
I can see it. Yeah, bottled in Holland.
Bottled in the EU.
Why you go to fucking Europe and drink Jack Daniels?
You didn't go there to drink Jack Daniels.
I didn't come here to drink Jack Daniels. I came here to buy a house, actually.
You're buying a house in Holland?
No, Ireland, actually.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Where are you looking towards the Cork area?
No, Dublin.
Oh, you're buying a house in Dublin.
Probably, yeah. It does look like it. I've been looking at stuff all week. I have a lot of relatives here, though, so it's kind of like a second, third home to me as well. I can come here and be at home. My family, it goes back here 1,000 years or more.
The Macintoshes?
Yeah, and other parts of my family tree.
All right. I think I'm going to get the fuck out of here. I mean, not to be offensive, but you're kind of putting me to sleep. It's been extremely long-winded. You guys are both wearing the same fucking beanie, which also disturbs me.
We didn't plan it, I promise.
You guys didn't plan the same fucking hipster beanie?
No. Why do you think every beanie's a hipster beanie?
Because it doesn't cover your fucking head.
What's that?
It doesn't cover your head.
No, the hipster beanies do cover your head. Those are the ones with the access on the back. The people with long hair.
This is not a hipster beanie. This is a Massachusetts Gloucester.
That's a goddamn hipster beanie if I've ever seen one.
This is a Massachusetts Gloucester fisherman beanie.
Why does it have to be so specific? That's a fucking hipster beanie. You and Jake are wearing the same fucking beanie. I swear to God you sent it to him.
You know, up north, we actually have to wear hats to keep our heads warm. And although I don't really live up north much anymore, I still wear a hat just to keep my head warm when it's cold.
And mine's got Jack Skellington on it. Get over yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know that 80% of your body heat escapes from the top of your head, right?
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was hands and feet.
300 IQ. That's false. It comes from the core, asshole. Fuck you.
I thought it was hands and feet.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Way to make an exit.
Yeah. Get drunk and swear. That's really good. Across, I guess.
No, Rev Robinson was complimenting your perfect NPR voice for this debate.
Well, you know, I'm just trying to get the points across I mean, I know we're having sort of lighthearted fun here, and this is cool, but I am also additionally trying to get across my points, and anyone listening out there, I want them to understand that I'm actually serious, and I'm not just making some kind of joke. And this will be up on the internet, and people will be able to check it out, hopefully, and see it as well.
Yeah,
I mean, it's good to.
But people take some lightheartedness to this this one. I was surprised that Granny was so well behaved as long as he was. I'm not gonna lie. I think he performed pretty well.
Being serious is also being perhaps maybe overly serious sometimes is also a form of humor. So people kind of forget about that.
Boland says Granny gave up. I'm shocked. President Macintosh wins the debate.
Oh, well.
I mean, you gotta count that as a W to Macintosh if Granny had to run away and had to swear with his nasty language on the way out.
Gosh darn it. Gosh darn it all to heck.
I appreciate you guys coming on either way. It was fun.
Yeah, it was definitely fun. And
hey, if I missed anybody's questions in the chat, you can throw them in before we wrap up if you want. But otherwise, we'll probably wrap up pretty soon. I know it's late on your end.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's 20-something past 1 in the morning here, so probably should try to get some shut-eye.
All right. Well, I appreciate you coming in, man.
Yep. Thank you for having me.
All right. Well, yeah, you have a good rest of your night. Try to get some rest.
You
feel
too.
better.
Yeah. Thanks a lot.
All right. Later, man. Yeah, my tree's still up. It'll probably be up until New Year's. But I appreciate everybody stopping by. If you guys do have any questions, I can relay them and get back to you. But yeah, no, there's a few questions that came in that I'm not addressing. But I might do a live later tonight, just kind of hanging out. But I appreciate everybody stopping in, and hopefully we can do something like this again. It was kind of fun. But yeah, everybody have a good night, and we'll hear from you soon.